All right, Shalom. All praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles, the great millstone, and peace and blessing to the elect. There's another edition of GMS News and Prophecy. And I have breaking news from the New York Times. And this is dealing with the so-called attempted terrorist attack that happened today in New York. All right. And it reads, Port Authority bomber was inspired by ISIS Christmas attacks, officials say. It says here, right? It says in this footage here, it says footage of attempted terrorist attack at Hub. 4 people were injured in an explosion in the passageway connecting the Times Square and Port Authority subway stations. All right. It says a would-be suicide bomber detonated a pipe bomb strapped to his body in the heart of Manhattan's busiest subway corridor, rendering the early Monday commute with a blast that reverberated up through city sidewalks, caused transit chaos, and terrified thousands of travelers who fled headlong through tunnels choked with smoke. All right. And this is the guy here, Akayed Ullah. All right. It says he chose the location because of its Christmas-themed posters recalling strikes in Europe against Christmas markets, he told investigators, and set off his bomb in retaliation for U.S. airstrikes on ISIS targets in Syria and elsewhere, several law enforcement officials said. All right. So, as you can see, now, for the most part, this is false flag. You know, these things are set up to cause panic and chaos amongst the public. Okay, here in America, you know, to stir up news reports and different things to help the elite bring about their new world order. Okay, you know, and these so-called terrorist attacks and these different events that are set up, they're prophesied in the scriptures. Okay, these different terrorist attacking events are located in the scriptures because these are tactics that the so-called white man Esau or Edom is going to use to lock this country down, to bring about his agenda. Okay. So what I want to do is I'm going to go to the scriptures here, and I'm going to read this verse here in Job 18 and 11. All right. It says, terrors shall make him afraid on every side and shall drive him to his feet. Okay. And these terrorists are so-called terrorist attacks that have been, gone throughout America over the past couple months. I mean, damn near every day, something is happening, you know. And these different events, these different events are making the people afraid on every side. You know, you have a school shooting in California, you know, a explosion somewhere in the Midwest of Texas, or a cop shooting, and then you have a so-called terrorist bomber on the East Coast, and this happens damn near every day, man. Okay. If not every day, every other day, every 2 days, every week, something is going on here, man. All in the midst of this holiday season. So people are forgetting about this holiday spirit. You know, it's supposed to be a time of family and getting together and, you know, presents and peace and joy and love. But there's no peace, man. Okay? There's no peace. All right? Like I said, these are things that are set up. Now, what I want to do is, I'm going to go into this word here. Okay, this is a word terrorist. All right, and this is in the Hebrew. Okay. All right, now these terrorists are dealing with these events that we see. And I'm going to prove that point. All right. This is the Hebrew word for terror, which is H1091, which the word there is Balaha. Okay, Balaha, which means terror, destruction, calamity, dreadful event. All right. Now, with the main dreadful event that started in America was September 11, 2001, also known as September 11 or, just 9/11. All right. These dreadful events. Okay. These things are scaring the people. Okay. All right. Or I should say, as it says down here, it says alarm, destruction, terror, trouble. It's alarming the people. And this is why the elites are going to try to bring about these different laws that's going to have martial law declared. Okay? All right? I'm just going further into these words. You got the word Bala, to trouble. Right? All right? And Bahal is the root, which means to disturb, alarm, terrify, be afraid, be hurried, be nervous, be disturbed, to dismay, terrify, to tremble inwardly. Okay? And that's what these events do. Okay? So these things, these are dreadful events. All right? These are things to stir the people up. Okay? Now it goes on to say in Job 18:12, it says, his strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. It says, it shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. All right, now the firstborn of death, all right, that's talking about who the word enemy calls Jesus Christ. That's Yahweh Shai. Because he's going to devour the strength of these devils when they try to use these events, these dreadful events, these terrorist attacks, to set up their wicked New World Order system. You know, just when they think that they're establishing a foothold and taking over the world, all right, that's when Yahweh Shai himself, okay, is going to come to take him down. Verse 14, his confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. And the king of terrors is talking about the Most High God himself, whose name is Yahweh. He's the king of terror. He's the one orchestrating all these things, even the plans of these elites, man. Okay, the wicked elite of Esau, the Illuminati. All right, it says, it shall dwell in his tabernacle, because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation, which are the nuclear missiles. All right, because once this tension between Israel and Iran gets to actual fighting blows, so to speak, and America's dragged over there, and World War III takes place, that's going to end in the culmination of nuclear missiles from Russia and other countries all over the world destroying America. And then the kingdom of Israel, which is the kingdom of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, is going to be set up in the earth. Okay? All right? Okay? But back to the point of this article is, these terrorist attacks are going to be a lot more frequent. Here it is, it's Monday morning and everybody's, thinking about this snowstorm or this ice storm, that was, that had came through the East Coast over the weekend. And then all of a sudden, you're trying to get on the bus or the train early in the morning, to go to work, and then boom, an explosion happens and you get hurt or killed or some kind of terror attack. These things are set up, okay, as a point that things are not getting better in America. Babylon the Great, okay, it's not going to get better, man. All right? This is a place of total confusion, okay? Now, it says they so-called apprehended the suspect, right? I'm going to continue reading on. Matter of fact, I'm just going to read down. It says, the attack at 7:20 a.m. occurred in a long pedestrian walkway connecting the 8th Avenue, 7th Avenue, and Broadway subway lines. Walking among the commuters trudging beneath Times Square was a man in a hooded sweatshirt. Then a deafening boom from him, and then smoke. Then everyone ran. Right? Okay, so that's what happened, man. Okay? And that's what the scripture said when it came down to these terrors, man. Okay? All right? It talked about an alarm and trouble. You know, people terrified and scared. Those are the things that's happening here right now, man. And they don't tell them what's going to happen tomorrow, man. Okay? This is the judgment of Yahweh Bashman Shai upon the earth, man. Okay? Because it's all according to his plan. No matter what the elites come up with, it's all according to the systematic destruction and the implosion of America. And then the total destruction and then the kingdom. Okay? So be aware, more of these terror attacks are going to come. Okay? There's going to be more people afraid, more terror attacks, because the king of terrors is ultimately bringing these things to pass, man. All right? So with that, I hope I was edified. Like I said, it's all according to prophecies, all according to the scriptures. All right? I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh Bashman Shai. Double honor to the apostles. Shalom.